So then, Marianna, tell us, what are your thoughts about, the root cause of all of this, right? As I'd mentioned, Syria is an important aspect in all of this, although many of the people, in fact, showing up at Europe's borders are not actually just Syrians. They're from all over the world, really. But if we just look at that for a moment, and if that's really to be blamed in this case, what does it say about Europe not actually doing more to try to resolve such political situations that are happening in the Middle East, where these people then need to flee from?
Well, actually, the majority of people who arrive at the islands at the moment are not from Syria, but they are from Afghanistan, which is also another war zone. So generally, the people who arrive in Greece come from the war zone. So their asylum application should be considered very, very carefully on an individual case. I don't think that Europe in general is willing to help and do anything. I don't think they are willing to be involved in Syria generally. And we have seen this from the beginning. That's why the burden on resolving the Syrian crisis is not on Europe at the moment. They are quite clear that they do not want to be involved. But they also do not want to be involved in resolving the refugee crisis, as we call it, which in my opinion is not a refugee crisis, it's a solidarity crisis from the European side. And it was quite clear in 2016 when they agreed with Turkey on the EU-Turkey statement, which is a non-legally binding agreement, that Turkey will take responsibility of preventing the arrivals. This is not how a humanitarian crisis is resolved. And we should not be putting so much emphasis and so much trust on a country that has clearly proven that is not a reliable country. And also, it's not a safe country for refugees.
Would it not be easier, Marianna, for Europe to deal with this issue head on instead of trying to ignore it?
It could be easier, but Europe is not willing to deal with the issue. And it has been very, very clear, I think. The only thing that, in my opinion, Europe cares at the moment is preventing people from coming on its borders. And this is purely for voting reasons. Because Europe has the capacity to host the people. If Lebanon and Turkey have the capacity, then the European Union does have the capacity. It doesn't have the willingness to do it because it will upset the voters, especially when the majority of the political parties that are in power in the European Union at the moment come from the right wing sector.